Not a single day passes in which something extraordinary isn't discovered. Our world is full of wondrous phenomena and unexpected mysteries. From the secrets of ancient Egypt to the awe-inspiring beauty of space, there is always more to learn and find out. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 amazing discoveries. Mummy with gold foil tongue found in sealed Egyptian tomb. Ancient Egypt is often an enigma, which is what makes the discoveries we find in Egypt so much more thrilling. Every piece of archaeology we uncover brings us a step closer to painting an accurate picture of the past. 3 ancient Egyptian bodies have been found, all of which possess tongues wrapped in golden foil. Historians from the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities believed that those who buried them believed golden tongues would assist with their eternal stay in the afterlife, most likely to help them speak and bring them wealth and fortune. The 3 bodies were of a woman, child, and man. The excavated bodies were uncovered within the range of 2 adjacent tombs. One of these unfortunate tombs was pillaged long ago by grave thieves and held the deceased mummy of the woman and child together. Analysis of the child's remains revealed they were 3 years old when they departed from life. The pair were found in the woman's sarcophagus, which was made of limestone. The man's grave was found in the second tomb, which was dated back to the Sate era of Egypt, otherwise known as the 26th dynasty of Egypt, which was somewhere between 664 and 525 BCE. His tomb remained untouched by grave thieves. According to Esther Pons Malado, who is the co-director of the Oxyrhynchus excavation mission, this is very important because it's rare to find a tomb that is totally sealed. Grave robbers have been an issue for centuries, and unfortunately, they still very much are. Due to centuries of tombs being desecrated, it's rare to discover one that has not been looted or in some way ruined. The Oxyrhynchus mission is an archaeological endeavor nearby El Banassa, the nearest modern town to the site. El Banassa is about 160 kilometers from Cairo. In its prime, Oxyrhynchus was the capital city of the 19th nome of Upper Egypt, renowned for the Oxyrhynchus papyri. The Oxyrhynchus papyri was a several thousand-page manuscript upon which ancient Latin, Greek, and countless other languages were written for the sake of translation, written and gathered from the 3rd century BC all the way up until the 7th century AD. Both tombs add to the city's deep-rooted and mysterious history. Alongside the limestone sarcophagus of the woman and child mummies were 4 jars that held the deceased innards, an amulet with a scarab, an estimated 400 figurines, referred to as ushabti, which were made of ceramics and faience. Ushabti were funeral figurines. The tomb also contained green beads. Sadly, the identities of the mummies are not known. However, researchers are in high hopes that further analysis and excavations of their burial sites may reveal more about who they were in their lives. This is the 2nd time archaeologists have discovered mummies with golden tongues from ancient Egypt. Another mummy from Taposiris Magna was found with a similar gold-gilded tongue. The mummy was found to be 2,000 years old. A theory as to why gold was used, aside from helping the deceased speak, was to assist their conversations with Osiris, the ancient god of the underworld, when they descended. A huge solar flare is spotted on a distant star. In April of 2020, a gigantic solar flare was seen emitting from the star Ek Draconis, the biggest solar flare ever recorded, beating the previous record of the largest recorded solar flare by a shocking 10 times the intensity. Experts fear a similar event could occur on our very own sun, which would destroy countless GPS signals and interrupt satellites. A powerful enough solar flare could set back our technology-dependent society by months, if not years. If a super flare hit us, it would completely shut down countless power grids, potentially ridding us of electricity for an unknown amount of time in the worst-case scenario. Fortunately, scientists state that although the sun erupting a superflare is a very real possibility, it is unlikely, and if it happens, it is likely to happen a few thousand years from now. The University of Colorado sought to further research the potential effects and data of enormous solar flares. Specifically, they wanted to uncover whether a solar flare could lead to an equal ejection of mass from the Sun and how bad the wave of radiation following it might get. Yutanotsu, one of the researchers, stated superflares are much bigger than the flares that we see from the Sun. So we suspect that they would also produce much bigger mass ejections. But until recently, that was just conjecture. EK Draconis lies 111 light-years away from Earth. The reason why it leaves scientists stunned and concerned is simple. EK Draconis is the size of our Sun, meaning that our beloved Sun could do the same. The primary difference between them, however, is that EK Draconis is younger. The star is a mere 100 million years of age, significantly younger than our 4.6 billion-year-old star. The star was investigated every day for over a month with TESS, the Transiting Exoplanet Survey satellite owned by NASA, and with the CME telescope of Kyoto University. The researchers were only able to catch the first half of the solar flare eruption, referred to as the filament eruption phase. It is estimated that the solar flare moved at a horrifying 1 million miles per hour. Our Sun suffers from a common case of coronal mass ejections, colloquially known as solar storms. These solar storms are generally harmless to our way of being, as they are not nearly powerful enough to disturb our electronic ways of life, though the possibility is always there. Our Sun's mature age is to our advantage, it seems, as studies suggest that younger stars suffer from more superflares than older stars. They are more volatile in their youth. In the early days of our solar system, the Sun likely erupted with huge solar flares often, and it might have even been helpful to the way our solar system formed. These flares may have shaped the planets into the way they are now. Notsu's theory is that Mars once had an Earth-like thick atmosphere, but that it is due to the Sun's intense solar flares that it evaporated and changed into the thin, brittle atmosphere it has today. Studying these solar flare ejections could help us understand billions of years of cosmic history. TRex named Tristan had a bone infection. In 2010, a fossil of a Tyrannosaurus was unearthed by Craig Pfister, a famous contemporary paleontologist. Now, a new analysis of its remains suggests that the T-Rex, affectionately dubbed Tristan Otto, had a bone infection in its jaw, finally diagnosed over 68 million years after it took its last steps on Earth. Craig Pfister discovered Tristan the T-Rex in Montana's Hell Creek. The remains are formed of 170 parts of black bones, 50 of which are skull fragments. To date, this is the best, most complete T-Rex skeleton ever excavated. The skeleton was named Tristan Otto after the sons of the collectors who purchased the find together. Tristan resides in the Natural History Museum in Berlin, Germany, and is one of its prime attractions. The museum permitted a team of researchers from the Charité University Hospital to analyze the bones using radiology. Dr. Charlie Ham was the leading radiologist during the research. Dr. Ham's team used X-rays to examine the bones using DECT, Dual Energy Computed Tomography. DECT is technically a type of CT scan. Usually, CT scans take X-ray scans from different angles, which can then be put together to form a proper picture. DECT differs because it uses varying energy levels of the X-rays, hence its name. Using this technology, the team were able to discover the chemical compositions of Tristan Otto's bones, which would not be possible with the ordinary CT scans, which can only reveal tissue density. Ham stated about the finding, "To our knowledge, this is the first time that we were able to really implement this method on fossils. Before Tristan Otto, Ham's research team observed another T-Rex fossil titled Sue. Sue rests in Chicago's Field Museum of Natural History. However, they were only permitted to do a normal CT scan. The CT scan revealed Sue suffered from a bone infection as well, osteomyelitis. DECT specifically revealed that Tristan Otto's jawbone had a heavy amount of fluorine in it as well as a lumpy mass. The amount of fluorine suggests that the affected area of the jaw lacked density. This is because of the fossilization process. Water in the earth that contained dissolved fluorine sank into Tristan's bones and transformed a mineral called hydroxyapatite into something called fluorapatite, created the lack of density. The bone tissue that suffered from infection absorbed more fluorine, hence why we know Tristan had the medical problem. The official diagnosis given to the TRex, tumefactive osteomyelitis. This type of bone infection causes tumor-esque masses to appear in the bone tissue. Ham stated about the development of DECT. This is really the first kind of glimpse of what might be possible. With each day, with each discovery and excavation, we are a step closer to discovering more about our history and our predecessors, as well as the history of our universe. Someday, we might gain all the knowledge we so desperately seek. But what do you make of these 3 interesting discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.